I'm the Vice President of Financial Systems. I'm responsible for the financial reporting suite, the general ledger, amongst other systems in my environment. I'm responsible for administration. I'm responsible for implementation of new systems and working through those, the whole system ownership perspective. I was responsible for bringing in, ascertaining the accurate reporting system to be able to bring into our organisation that would deal with timely, accurate, consistent reports to be able to deliver to the end users through analysis, through implementation, through driving the process all the way through from beginning to end.
What was the driver and the business need for business intelligence at your organisation?
In my organisation, we've done a very good job of normalising the general ledger structure. We picked PeopleSoft, we built out our PeopleSoft environment and structured and consolidated on that system. Where we started to have issues though is on the reporting of the system. PeopleSoft has integrated reporting tools that struggle to deal with our business across the broad range of the countries and the different locations and business structures that we had. Various components of our business have tried to sort this in their own way, so they'd brought in alternate reporting, planning, forecasting packages, tried to build out structures and tried to build out reporting to enable them to get around the performance and the issues we had with the PeopleSoft reporting components. And even on a corporate level, we brought Hyperion Enterprise in to try and deal with the reporting needs that we had from a corporate perspective. We ended up a whole host of different solutions to the problem, and different people had different data, and we had an issue where we were trying to get to one version of the truth across the organisation. So we needed a capability to come in to create a standard version of our structures that matched our business, that matched our requirements, that provided speed, that provided accuracy of data in the user's hands instead of being a systematic function that a core team had to administer on a slow basis that we were getting from PeopleSoft. The main problem we had at our organisation was speed and consistency of data reported out to the business. Various reporting was coming to various managers and up through the chain that ended up where the same report held different numbers because of the consolidation and because they were generated out of different sources. The solution, the critical component solution to me was that tied to my general ledger, tied to my centralised structure, I could have instant reporting on everybody's desktop. Everybody had the capability of looking at the same data, the same structure, and producing the reports across. That was the biggest driver for us. Well, we did a full RFP of the process where we needed to take a look at the different options that were available from the different software. We needed performance was a key. We needed one version of the truth, so we needed consistency of data, and we needed usability. Those were really the three main areas that we were looking at. We did an analysis across various platforms and various solutions, both external and big name brands versus internal ones that we already had in place, and chose Hyperion to be able to produce that information for us. As part of the Hyperion suite, we looked at we picked the 4 components of Hyperion. Essbase was a super powerful aggregation tool that was the core of the system and able to manipulate, pull in and transform this data to match our needs as we flowed through it. Majority of our users are accounting folk, very comfortable in Excel, so the Excel add-in was key to the capability of us to be able to produce standard reports that they then could make ad hoc, they could take and they could pull however they wanted to take them. We used BI Plus tools. We did standardized reports on those with a view to being able to pull in data from other sources, receivables, peripheral systems out there. The growth of that has extended over a period of time as we perceived it into our operations fields, into potentially credit and other areas of our organizations. And we tied it all together with the workspace environment by pulling a centralized place to distribute, to modify, to control those reports, to secure those reports and share those. Key to our foundation as well was the capability of actually administrating this all in one place. I couldn't build an area that would then diversify off, or that I had to dual maintain or modify things. So we brought in the MDM solution as well to control the maintenance flow within these environments to keep consistent, accurate data flowing through. One of the keys, big keys of our environment was the speed of the data. We'd had an environment already there. It took a day or it took 2 days to be able to pull the information to be able to present to the management. We have a process within PeopleSoft that generates the data on an hourly basis. We have restrictions in there that don't allow us to get it any quicker than that. And that was getting some friction from our user base to be able to push that back. A key to this process and this delivery was the fact that we could take that hourly process, and within 10 minutes of that hourly process being completed, we would have the data on the user's lab ready for them to service, ready for them to drill and analyze through. So we set a very strong, very aggressive 10-minute objective for that hourly data to be ready and available for the users. We also set what we felt was a tight objective as well, that the users could, in fact, no impact to them to have that capability of that reporting embedded for them. So within 2 seconds, they needed to be ready and available for them to consume without being off the system for that amount of time. So if it was down for more than 2 seconds, it was going to be a problem for us. And then the third performance restrictions we ended up setting as an objective was that within 2 to 3 seconds, any report that they select should be pulling data back for them. So we felt 10 minutes to get the data, downtime outage of 2 seconds, and a report retrieval time of 2 to 3 seconds was strong requirements. When we brought the MarketSphere team in, the solution that we ended up building, we ended up with a solution that provided us the downtime window was 3 to 4 minutes instead of 10, significantly beating our objectives. Instantaneous report retrieval time was the norm, and the downtime to users, an outage time on the hour of less than a second, so significant benefit there for the users and significant overachievement of our objectives for the project. A key portion of our organization was the need to get to this one version of the truth. The disparate systems had shown what could happen if we had hierarchies in alternate systems that just didn't match. So a key process for me, especially as owner of the administration of keeping those hierarchies in place, was to provide a process that would enable us to wrap those all together and make sure that one change rippled cleanly through my various systems that I owned. My organization is very flexible and very fluid. We do a significant number of acquisitions, we do a significant number of restructures. The amount of changes we make is just a consistent flow. So it was key that I had something that was easy to use, that would flow, that would provide a consistent system. We picked MDM, or the DRM solution, from Hyperion to be able to flow our changes through from PeopleSoft. So I made one change in PeopleSoft, and within a certain set period, a certain set time frame, that would flow very, very cleanly to the entire Hyperion suite to ensure consistency in reporting. Data integration is very smooth at that point, very clean. The key to us was performance, was hierarchies, and was reporting, instantaneous reporting for the users. We got that from this solution. MarketSphere stepped in, they helped us build that, significantly beat our performance objectives, gave us the capability of distributing this worldwide, significant user base, instantaneous reports that were up to date with the ledger, that were tied to the ledger, no inconsistencies of the data, single point of the truth. It's given us an environment that we can now take, and we've utilized since that point to be able to build out into various other operations, into our operations groups out there, and a tool that we can now use as a baseline and a capability of distributing reporting across various systems. So it's an excellent result.
What were the primary business objectives for your project, and were they achieved?
The capability of generating reports is there now. The capability of trusting in the value of those reports is there now, and the capability of extending that capability throughout other areas of the organization, throughout other sources of systems there now. We have a baseline, we have a foundation that is strongly reliable, that performs instantaneously. We have a transition that built the in-house knowledge to be able to support and to be able to create and extend that environment in our organization.